Hey everyone, this is Janner from Pology coming to you with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I make my 3D rendered animations. So we're going to be jumping over to Blender 4.3 and show you just how that's done. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are here in the program itself. So there's a few things going on here in Blender right now. We got three objects in the screen, and one of them is the cube itself. So every single time you open Blender, these three objects will appear automatically, including the cube itself. It's really a basic thing that happens every single time you open the program. So how you add that manually though, let's say if I delete it for whatever reason, we're gonna go down to the add tab here right at the top corner of the screen, and we're gonna go drop down to mesh where it says mesh, and we're gonna click on the cube. And as you see, it added a cube. Now, one thing to note here is that every single time you add an object to the scene, it's going to place it on the place of origin. And that place of origin is right here where my cursor is hovering at. So it's always going to be placed in that area where you put your point of origin. So now that that's done, there are a few other things that I want to discuss here. Is the camera itself. So this is important for the framing of your mesh. So you want to make sure that the camera is framing, or your model, I should say, your model is being framed within the camera. And as you see here, it's automatically framed for me, so I don't have to do anything. However, if you want to manually frame a shot, you can basically just do that by going into the perspective of the camera by pressing 0. And then what you want to do is press R, or actually press G on the keypad, and then you're going to be pressing the Y, Z, X axis on your keys. So you're physically going to press either Y, X, or Z, and it's gonna move it along those points of origin. For this example, I'm only going to be using the Y axis here. So we're gonna be doing that right now, or at least later on, I should say. And we're gonna be moving that along the y-axis. We're gonna be moving the square through there. So let me just get out of the camera's view here, and we're gonna be showing you one last object in this scene, and that is the light in the scene. Now this is an important tool because it helps you spice up your scene and your objects. It's really important that you get lighting into the scene, so that way your viewers can see what's going on, and as well as just add artistic effects to your scene. So now that that's done with, we're gonna be going over to the animation tab, and this is where really the fun actually starts here. So there's a few things going on here. We got down here a keyframing view here on the bottom, and so this is important for your key, and also you get the way that you're going to be framing your animations. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to actually be framing the animation. So what we're going to be doing is, first you want to get into the perspective of the camera by pressing 0. And so right now I am in the perspective of the camera. The second thing that we want to do, and this is important, is we want to hit the arrow key button here. And what this is gonna do is it's going to be framing the animation. So we're gonna click on the mesh and we're gonna move it towards the left of the y-axis. And so we're gonna be moving it just outside of the framing of the camera. And as you see right there, the frame marker automatically keyframed the cube outside of the camera, as you can see here in the transform within the location. So it's automatically plays. And what we're gonna do here, and this is just something that has to do with your frames. So right now it's actually set here on the bottom of this tab here, 200 frames. So this is basically on the final render output, it's basically gonna frame literally 250 shots for this animation. So unless you're trying to do a super complex scene, it's not really necessary for this. So what we're going to do, or at least I'm going to do, is I'm going to reduce that to 20 frames each shot. So it's going to render 20 frames. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move the marker to the 20. Just make sure it's right there. And we're gonna be pressing G, hovering on the camera perspective. We're gonna be pressing G, and we're going to be moving it to the right of the y-axis. Again, just outside of the view of the camera. And as you see, it keyframed that animation. And now you can basically stop the auto keying record, and this is going to be a little cool part here. You can either click on the play button or use the space bar, and it's going to play back that animation like so. So as you see, it basically just animated an animation by just basically keyframing from the first frame to the 20th frame here. And that's basically it for that part. Now, what I want to do is get out of that view, and we're going to be doing one final thing here before we finalize that render, and is we're going to add a material to our object here, and make sure you are in rendered mode here by pressing C and then hovering over and clicking render. And as you see, there's something interesting going on here. So the lighting is actually hitting the object here. And what this basically is if you go over to the rendering engine, it's basically showing a real-time rendering being done within the scene itself. So this is really helpful if you want to artistically lay out your scene before you finalize a render. So right now I'm actually going to go to cycles and just go back to the materials here and click new, and as you see, it added a material to the cube. So what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to change the color to red, just because I think that's a better option for this. It's gonna help show the light streaks on the cube when we finalize this render. It's gonna make it look much more professional. And second of all, we wanna open up this little tab here, preview, so you get a preview of what the rendered object looks like. So we're gonna raise the metallic here on the surface tab. And we're just gonna raise it just enough so it looks really noticeable on the preview. And then we're gonna reduce the roughness here to get some reflection going on. And as you're seeing in real time in the user perspective, it's rendering in real time a sort of glossy look to the object. And that's what we're gonna want right now. So now that that's done, we're gonna go to switch back between cycles and EV. And it looks pretty good so far. And one thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to see on the render image and we're gonna move the cube to the y-axis again and center it on the point of origin. And we're just going to render a still image to see how it looks like. So right now it's actually rendering one frame of this shot here. So it looks like it's taking a while, so I am basically gonna end it here and then return when it's done. So stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back, guys. So it looks like the render image didn't output correctly. So what would have happened is it would have just rendered a blank area of the first frame. So it wouldn't look good. You're not gonna see anything there. So I'm just going to be showing you the render animation itself by going to the render tab and just hitting the render animation. Now it's not a fast process, so it's gonna take a little bit of while. So I'm just gonna show you it when the output is done, and then we're just gonna go from there. So I'll see you later. Okay guys, so it looks like it's finally finished. So all we have to do right now is actually go to the render tab, and we're gonna be dropping all the way down to view animation. And here what it's basically going to be doing is it's going to output the animation into an external player, and it's gonna be replaying the frames into one image. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. And there you have it. So right there you have a fully rendered animation that you can use for any of your projects that you're doing and do whatever you want. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. There's nothing crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary. This is just basically from years of experience that I've had working with Blender, and that's all I use. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, if you guys are watching from YouTube, please hit like and subscribe, comment down below, and put your bell notification on. And if you guys are watching from Facebook, please like and share. It would mean a whole lot if you do. And guys, just share the video around and spread the channel. And until next time, this is Janner signing out.